Alright guys, as I told you in class, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some gridding inside the mouth so I could stuff what's remaining. I already started stuffing the head, as you can see. Now I just want to stuff the rest. If I put stuffing in there right now, it just falls out through the mouth. So I'm going to grid that up, and then I'm going to stuff it, and then I'm going to add parts of the mouth, and I may do the ears. And then after that it's tape. Okay, so this is the inside of the mouth. I had to get really creative with it if I wanted it to keep its shape. I don't think a lot of you are going to come across this problem because your mouths are not as open as this, but make sure that it stays kind of like concave inside the mouth. You don't want it to be flat. But if it is, then so be it, you know. And now I'm going to start stuffing it. Okay, so I've stuffed it a lot now. And I'm just getting ready to put the ears on. So what I did is I started with this shape, and that is going to go onto it like this. You have to find the right place to put it. It's kind of tricky. So you have to gauge for yourself if you're in the right place or not. I cut out another one, which is right there. And that's not how I'm going to keep it though. I'm going to cut this and then I'll show you how I'm going to put it on. Okay, that's what we want to do with that. And we're going to position it on both sides. So once you have the ear on like that, you want to reinforce it in the back. And then we're going to grid that. And we're going to keep it thin. There's no stuffing necessary. Ears are very thin. Alright, so I reinforced the ears. And now I'm going to add a little detail that I've been wanting to add for a while. And that is this. So this is the tongue. I cut out a shape of the tongue. And I'm going to place it in here. There's a little ridge there, and I'm going to push it back. And that's how I'm going to keep that in there. And this is just a small detail. Of course, the teeth have to come in later. And I got a little surprise for you guys as far as the eyes are concerned. I'll show you that later. But it's definitely coming along now. On camera, it looks okay. But in person, it looks much better. It's clearly a cat now. We are going to have to do some things to make sure that the viewer can still see, because this is pretty deep. So we're going to put probably like a little, I don't know how to describe it, like a little telescope around there of cardboard, and we're going to bring that out and cut it off here to make sure that you can still see. And there's so many details left that'll come later, like the nose and maybe the wrinkles if we're going to do any wrinkles. But right now I'm just going to put on the tongue, and it might be a little bit early for it. I just want to see it so you could see the progression, so I could see the progression. Sometimes you need to motivate yourself, you know, by giving yourself little extras, and this is my little extra right now. So at this point I added the tongue. If I was going to keep this as a female lion, I would get rid of this, just keep the jaw. And then back here we're going to put it like a strap, an elastic strap. And of course I'd start adding all the details, but since this is going to be a male lion at the end, I'm going to keep this, and that's going to give me somewhere to attach the hair for the mane. And that's why I'm keeping that. Okay, that's where we're at. We've come a long way. Okay, so I finished taping up the whole thing, front and back. The tongue is in, but as far as that, those are details that we're going to discuss later. So I'm going to wrap up this video and start getting ready for the next one, which is probably going to be to finish the eyes, right? start getting into maybe some of the detail of the mouth, maybe, and then definitely start the paper mache process just to give it a little bit more strength before we apply sculpture. Right here it feels strong. I'm just scared that if we apply plaster on there without, it's gonna crumble or crack or something. So at the same time, it could work. This is all experimental for me as well, so I'm gonna try the paper mache first. All right, I'll see you next video.